Hi, I'm going to recreate this eye over here. The colors I'm using are Tawanda, London, Sabrina, and Unicorn. And then I also am going to, here's my colors right here, hopefully not too bad of a glare. Tawanda, London, Sabrina, and Unicorn. And then I'm going to use Photoshop Illuminator, which is a powder. This one's a powder. I'm going to put Tawanda all over my lid. And I like to make sure it's spread evenly throughout the lid. And I'm just going up to meet my crease, not going in the crease. Okay. Now with London, London can be pretty dark. And so I always just do a little tap and then I will look and do this outside edge first to see like how dark it's going to be. And then I start working it over. There we go. It's very pretty. I love this brush, the Eyeshadow Everything brush. It's just really smooth on the lid. Okay, so I got this basic part down. Now what I do is I go back to my blend and tap brush and I'm just tapping into Sabrina and I'm going to do a little bit above my brow line right here. And then I'm going to end up going over that with Unicorn. But I just wanted to kind of set a little base there because I'm not going to put a lot of Unicorn there. So now I've been using this end of my blend and tap. Now I'm going to use this end. And this is the end I use. I'm going back into London. And I'm going to press it into my crease. You see, so it's quite a bit darker. But because of my wrinkles, I don't want to put a lot on and then try and do the windshield wiper back and forth because it'll skip or miss my wrinkles. And that's why a lot of times when we get older, our eyeshadow doesn't look very even. When we get wrinkles, we need to start pressing it in there to avoid that. Since I've pressed that in, I'll go back to my Eyeshadow Everything brush and then I'm going to do a little bit of windshield wiper very lightly, just to kind of make sure it's even. I want it a little darker on the outside edge than the inside. There we go. Okay, and as you know, I've already done a little bit of Sabrina up by the brow. I'm just going to wipe off any excess here. Now I'm going to use this end of the Eyeshadow Everything brush and go into my Unicorn very lightly. And I'm going to blend out this Unicorn. See how I've got just a little bit here? I want just a little bit there. I'm going to wipe it off on my little rag here because I want this a little more faded. Wipe off again because I put a little too much. There we go. Okay. I do like that. I want to blend a little more here. You see that? Just a little darker here. Because I like to start out with less and then I can always add. It's harder to take away, as you saw with my Unicorn right there. I'm just going to bring color up a little bit. There we go. Now, I'm going to dip into, I didn't do this with my other eye, I'm going to do it right now. I use Oak in my eyebrows, and it just kind of gives a little bit of color because I'm really gray. blonde and gray. And so this gives a little bit of color and dimension to my eyebrows. And yet, I think looks very natural. I've got this little blank space right there, so I'm just kind of filling that in. There we go. I definitely wanted that to be filled in today. Okay. I'm gonna grab my little eyebrow brush here. Just kind of blend that up. There we go. And just make it appear I've got a little more eyebrow than what I have. Now that I've done that, today I've used H2O. It's waterproof, Wet n Wild waterproof liquid eyeliner. Today, a lot of times I will use, we have a black eyeliner, which is actually like a shadow, but I use my detail brush for that and apply that. But today I'm going with this black liquid. And so, and I tend to just kind of roll it and wipe it off as I go, if you can see this, because I don't want very much on there. I like it to dry pretty quickly, so I actually do it with a pretty dry tip on here, you can see. Because otherwise, with it being a liquid, it can transfer up, and I do not want that. Oops, let me flip my mirror around here. There we go. And then when I get to the outer edge of this, I will flip it up slightly because I am older. If I go straight out, then when my face sags a little bit, it'll look like it's drooped, and we don't want that as we age. So I will come out here and flip it up slightly. A winged edge without being a dramatic winged edge. Okay. Now the bottom lashes, I just go right there in that lash line. And then I always double check and make sure I've went just as far on each eye. Usually I can do both eyes with the same dip into the liquid liner. I don't have to refreshen it. I'm gonna go a little thicker right here at the end. There we go. Just making sure they're the same before I end here. I could go a little bit further. There we go. There, I think that's good. And before I apply my mascara, I'm kind of letting this dry a little bit. I'm going to take my Photoshop illuminator, put a little bit here. There we go. And then I'll put a little bit up here, even though I've got unicorn there, just kind of giving a little pinkish effect. And then I'll show you the colors that I use today. Olive, which is my contour, and then white peach is my brightening highlight. Amber is my main shade, and then I used pink grapefruit on my cheeks, and then I'll also use it on my lips when I'm done here. Okay, and then for mascara, I'm using Maybelline's The Falsies, which I like that. I don't like waterproof mascara because I don't like to work so hard to get it off. I mean, I know I can use a makeup rag or whatever. What do I want to say? The ones that are pre-wet, pre-moist. But I never think about that, and then when I go to take it off, because I never wear waterproof mascara. I guess if I was going to the lake and such, or swimming, I could use it, but if I'm doing something like that, I usually don't wear makeup, or if I do, I just use our cream highlights or our foundations because they're waterproof. And I have never gotten sunburned yet wearing makeup into the water. And it stays put, and I really like that. Unless you totally wipe your face, it's going to stay put. The only thing I don't like about a liquid liner is it tends to get a little liquid on your lashes. And when it does that, if I don't put on my mascara right away, it can clump right there. And I don't like that. So, because that liquid liner will dry on your lashes. And so if you have a clump of it anywhere, it could dry. So that's not always the best route. And then I put another layer of mascara on there. I like a little more on the top than the bottom. Everything's always a preference. There we go. Okay, I'm done with each. And I will also curl my eyelashes with a little curler, and I heat it up with a blow dryer. Get it a little bit warm. Don't get it super hot or you could burn yourself. But I'm going to dip back into the unicorn and go right here into my tear duct area. There we go. Make it stand out. And then let's do a little pink grapefruit on the lips. Pink grapefruit happens to be a matte. We have semi-gloss, glossy. We have many, many colors that are just gorgeous. And like I said, I also have this on my cheeks. So, and I went pretty light with it today because I am wearing a pink shirt today over this. And so, anyway, I hope you like this look. I'm gonna get off here and curl my eyelashes. I hope you have a terrific day.